Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Parkzy here. Welcome back to Survivor D1 Edition. Back on the channel. A little bit of an explanation to do. I assure you guys that I haven't forgotten about me breaking my little deal with y'all. But we're back again, doing another episode. Thank you for all the continued support. But I guess I gotta explain now why last week's video wasn't up, and that's two main reasons. Actually, well, two, but one divides into two separate reasons. So the first one is that the timing constraints. I was very busy last week with the ending of school and just having to. Teachers were just trying to fire as much homework at us as humanly possible before we couldn't get to see them again. And also, the other part of this explanation is that Showmore's got a new. Policy, I guess we'll say, that you have to register your account, and my Gmail, I quickly discovered, is actually broken, so I had to get it onto my computer, make a new Gmail account, do all this stuff, register it so that I could record more than 3 minutes on Show More and actually upload it onto the DGBA channel and then do all that. But nonetheless, I got it working, it's fine. And the second reason is that there was a bridge of videos with the D1 power rankings that kindly has an assess a threat managed to upload. So I felt like that was at least a bridge between the DGBA D1 Survivor episodes. So that you guys weren't completely starved for content on the channel, but I'll definitely try to keep it a weekly series on Monday. I've got a 2 minute explanation. That's what you guys probably don't want to hear. You would probably have wanted a short. Jeez. And also, it's my second time recording this video because the music was way too loud in the background and my microphone was messing up. And I actually dismantled my microphone and then I blew into it and this whole pile of dust came up. So that's probably why you heard the scratching sound last time. But I'll get into it. So previously, what happened at the very start, if you guys have need a trip down memory lane, also make sure to go check out the previous episodes on the channel or else you'll have huge spoilers. They're recently uploaded and they're very short, like they're collectively like an hour, so you can just listen to them in your ear, no problem whatsoever. So we took 16 people from D1 in the DGBA server, and we took 4 other well-known people from the server that aren't in D1, so that is Has, Coach Oak, Mike, and then we also got Jeremiah, and we divided them into 2 tribes consisting of the 2 most well-known DGBA memes, which is the Chatot and the Pachirisu tribe. Divided into 2, there's 10 people on each tribe, and we did our simulation of Survivor and let them battle against each other. So on the Chatot tribe is myself, Jack, Jeremiah, TCMTL, JP, Alan, Mike, Carlos, JJgalz, and MX3. With Jeremiah being the first boot of the season and JP actually being the second one. So the Chatot tribe in episode 1 had a losing streak, and it wasn't only until episode 2 where they actually managed to gather things up. But currently there's 7 of the remaining Chatot members that used to be 10 that are left in the game, and for the Pachirisu tribe, they are the exact same with the Pachirisu tribe consisting of TTM Styx, as JJbizzle, Coach Oak, Blando, Manlysoap, Carson, Chez, Spoink, and Ian, with Chez being voted out third, Blando being voted out fourth, and then Ian being voted out into the top 16 merge. So as I previously said, these 2 tribes decided to merge. There being 2 tribes, there are now 3 tribes where they're all forced together. These 3 tribes consist of 5 players each, with the 16th person being sent to Exile Island, which was MX3, who had a chance to get an idol nullifier that stopped the use of an idol and allowed all votes to continue to go towards a person that played the idol if they predict correctly. And unfortunately he didn't find it, and we'll go on to the tribe. So the first tribe was the Venipede tribe that consisted of Mike, Ian, JJbizzle, myself, and JJgalz. And unfortunately, I think that the unfortunate luck of the Chatot tribe did hit us, as we lost not just 1 person in the first immunity challenge, but 2 in the first 2 immunity challenges. We lost Mike and we lost Ian. M3 is brought from Exile after Mike was voted out, and then it was only a matter of time before we lost the other one, and Ian was voted out. So that is unfortunate. The other tribes are probably having the time of their lives, as we see that the Venipede tribe consists of Alan, Carlos, Kochuk, Jack, and Has. Really good performers in this tribe, and haven't lost since, with actually 2 people of this tribe having idols in Kochuk and Jack. So if I previously said, if these guys get into tribal council, there's going to be absolute mayhem, because they're going to be throwing idols at each other. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And finally, we see the final tribe, which is the Scolipede tribe. Again, a very good performing tribe, consisting of TTM, Stinks, Carson, TCMTL, Manlysoap, and Spoink. Just a whole lot of letters you have to just say in that tribe. But TCMTL is doing very well, because he was the only Chatot member to actually move on to this tribe. There was 4 people from the Pachirisu tribe, and only him, which you can see in the middle. He was the only other person from the Chatot tribe that actually managed to make it. And yeah, he's doing pretty well. They haven't went to tribal council yet, so I guess we'll have to see what happens if they do go to tribal council. Will he be the vote? Maybe he'll be the swing vote. Maybe other people will try and pick each other out. Who knows? But this is actually hosted on brandsteel.net. So it is basically a simulator for Survivor, so that made things super even and super fair. Like, I generated their profiles randomly, all their characteristics, and just everything along those lines. Even the twists that happened in the season and the immunity challenges, everything is completely automated, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that is what I'm going to be basically using, because and it's going to be actually on a PowerPoint format, because I previously tried to use it, but I didn't realize that it timed out after 2 hours, so I reset it all again, and I had to screenshot everything, and then I had to put it on to, again, as I said, PowerPoint, and that is why it's going to be displayed like this, because it times out after 2 hours, and I didn't realize that. So yeah, apologies if you guys expected a bit of better quality. I don't know. But yeah, let's get to it. So as I clarified, the Venipede tribe and the Scolipede tribe are all here, with the Venipede tribe essentially starting off with 6 people and only dropping down now to 4, with JJbizzle, JJgalz, myself, and MX3. And then the Whirlipede tribe and the Scolipede tribe, they are doing fine. That's Carlos, Kochuk, Has, Jack, Rattatamen, Carlos, Manlysoap, Spoink, TCMTL, and TTM Stinks. So they are all together. We are the final 14 in the game, which is really good. And not just that, but there's only one more immunity challenge to do, and then we make it to the final 13 merge. So all those alliances that you're about to see might actually come into tuition here right now. So here we are. We see the Venipede tribe. First off, of course, myself and JJgalz keeping our end of the bargain. We do stick strong with the tribe, with Jack, Rattatamen, and TCMTL all blacked out, because they are all separate tribes, as previously clarified. And then JJbizzle, of course, is still in line with TTM, has a pretty strong alliance individuals like myself. And there was the Whirlipede tribe, which does consist of only 2 people with idols. A reminder that Jack is separate line with JJgalz, and we're going to get a continuation of this with other alliances that are going on, Jack and Rattatamen, and tribal alliances that are going on with JJbizzle. And lines up themselves on the island, which is Kochuk and Rattatamen. Kochuk not really because whatever gets them. And with the Whirlipede and Venipede tribe, we still try and scratch back, and this is going to just clarify all the same information again. The TTM Stinks staying strong with the tribe of TCMTL, despite being far away from his Chatot tribe and having no members with them. He's still going to be sticking strong with that tribe. But we are now actually getting into a reward challenge. They're not as useful as reward challenges, of course, but they do provide a lot of strength towards those people that are going towards the reward challenge. Let's get some food for them and just raise morale in general. People will be happier going into the reward challenge. And most importantly, the merge. The reward challenge carry on. One member from each tribe would be strapped to a bag full of coconuts, then be carried by the remaining 3 members of the tribe. They must then race out to the beach where the person strapped is told to get 4 rings on the balance beam, while the other tribe members will need to hold up the coconut bag in order to create a slack. Toss the rings onto 4 pegs, and the first tribe to get all 4 rings onto the pegs will win. So, it's probably just about everything. The Whirlipede tribe and come first, so they do manage to win kebabs, and not just kebabs, but they win cooking utensils, herbs, and spices. So that's going to be nice. And actually, surprisingly, out of the darkness, the dark horses themselves, the underdogs, if you like to call them that, do actually come in second. With the Venipede tribe winning kebabs, it's not going to be as nice as the people that came first, which was the Whirlipede tribe. They're not going to have the herbs and the cooking utensils and the spices, but I mean, it's food at the end of the day. You can't really go wrong when you're starving on an island for just so long. Dishwalla. Each tribe must carry a large saucer over to a water tower and fill it with water. They must then carry it back to fill a well and release puzzle pieces. The first 2 tribes to finish their puzzle wins the top 14 immunity challenge. Very important going towards the merge. I guess we'll have to see who actually ends up winning this. Let's go. And it turns out that it is the exact same as the reward challenge, with the Whirlipede tribe winning immunity and the Venipede tribe winning immunity. That is going to be absolutely insane, considering that Coach Oak, Jack, and MX3 all had idols, so they are going to be able to preserve them for the merge. But let's go and check out in the tribe, see how they are doing, as we see that the MX3 has got the idol, as I was previously saying, and there's actually a alliance that is forming now, very surprising, between JJbizzle and JJgalz. You know, just being like, hey, your name's JJ? Yeah, my name's JJ. Must have been just their conversation starter. They must have just liked each other because they got the same name. I don't know, that's the extent of Survivor alliance forming, I guess. But they've got an alliance, and that's going to be pretty scary going into the merge, especially because the tribal council is going to potentially break them apart. They're going to have that very strong alliance going forward. And we are going to see the continuation of the status with the Whirlipede tribe, who are actually going to be voting one of their own off. Actually, no, sorry, it's the Scolipede tribe. The Whirlipede tribe, they have got their idols, and the Scolipede tribe, nothing's actually happening, which is a little bit surprising, because they've got tribal council right now. And speaking of tribal council, here we go. We've got Carson, Manlysoap, Spoink, TCMTL, TTM Stinks. One of them is going to be going home just before the merge, which must be so annoying. Before the top 13 merge, before you get to meet all your companions, someone's going to be going home. Will it be TCMTL from the Chatots, or will one of the Pachirisu members flip on their own? I guess we'll have to see. But if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they'd like to play it, now is the time to do so. No one? Okay, I'll go read out the votes. Once the votes are read out and the person unanimously voted out must leave the tribal council immediately, let's go read the votes. The first vote goes to Spoink. So it actually might actually turn out the Pachirisu people are turning on each other, as the second vote is going to be for TTM Stinks. That is 1 vote Stinks, 1 vote Spoinks. That is out of the 2 votes so far. The third vote is for Spoink. That is 2 votes for Spoink, but do not worry, Spoink, because it is going to be the second vote for Stinks. So TCMTL seems to be actually getting past it, and he actually is going to be the flip vote for this, I imagine. So that's 2 votes Stinks, 2 votes Spoink, 1 vote left, as the 7th person voted out of DGBA D1 version of Survivor is Stinks. So the 5th person voted out, or sorry, no, the 5th vote, sorry, was to Stinks. So Spoink wins the vote 3-2, and TTM Stinks, the tribe, has spoken. So unfortunately, he's gonna have to go home. But it is actually going to be very surprising, seeing who voted on the side of Spoink and who voted against who voted on the side of Stinks and who voted against Spoink, because that is going to probably affect their place come the merge. So let's go see. As we see, Carson voted for TTM Stinks. Manlysoap is actually the person who seems to be on the outs of the Whirlipede tribe, as he voted for Spoink. Spoink voted for TTM Stinks, TCMTL voted for TTM Stinks, and TTM Stinks obviously voted for Spoink. So we see that TTM Stinks is going to be the person that makes it not to the merge and is voted out just before that. Must be annoying. And we see that Manlysoap is actually going to be debatably on the bottom now going forward. So let's continue on as we see that the tribes now are going to be a little bit shuffled around, with the Whirlipede tribe being the only one to contain the original members in their tribe. The Venipede tribe has got JJbizzle, JJgalz, MX3 and myself, with the Whirlipede tribe consisting of Carlos, Kocho, Haz, Jack and Rattatamen. And finally the newly formed Scolipede tribe is going to consist of Carlos, Manlysoap, Spoink, and by some miracle TCMTL, who has managed to make it. So that is going to be great. But everyone, you can come in, you can look at the new Scolipede tribe, look at how TTM Stinks is no longer there. He was voted out by the Scolipede tribe members, but everyone can now drop their buffs. You don't have to wear orange, purple or green now, you can wear blue, because, ladies and gentlemen, these final 13 people have rightfully so earned their way into DGBA playoffs, aka the top 13 merge. So everyone has managed to make it, I believe, the top third in the game. So that's actually pretty interesting to note that these people have managed to make it 7 votes, and with 10 more votes they'll be making it to the top 10, but that, top 3, but that is easier said than done. But here we're going to see the final 13 people, which consists of Carlos, Carson, Kocho, Haz, Jack, JJbizzle, JJgalz, Manlysoap, MX3, myself, Alan, Spoink and TCMTL. And one other thing to note is that the little bar which is coloured below their logo slash name, not name, picture, actually indicates their route or journey throughout the game. So for example, take Carson, he is orange and green, so he started off in the Pachirisu tribe and then went to Scolipede tribe. And then we have someone like MX3 who started off in the Chatot tribe and then went to the Pachirisu tribe. So that is all very interesting to note. But let's continue on. And one also thing that I want to say before we get to it is that everyone's going to be competing for individual immunity now. Instead of a tribe of 4 or 5 or even 6 competing for individual immunity for their entire tribe, everyone now is going to be going at it for themselves. Only one person can win, and that person gets an immunity necklace, and once they get that necklace they cannot be voted out of tribal council. Just that one person themselves cannot be voted, and that's it. Talking about not being voted out, let's move on to the merge, as we see 3 of the 13 people actually having idols on them. That is Oak, Jack and MX3. So all the big idol boys, I guess, are all under in quotes under the one roof, as we see all the alliances here with the Chatot alliance of 5, which is super scary, still going strong. So this could actually mean that the Chatots, if they bring in 2 other people into their alliance, they could have majority, and that is actually very scary, because that is a voting block. They can decide who to vote against. Yeah, and we see that the Pachirisu tribe, Haz and JJbizzle still going strong despite the voting out of the 3rd alliance member in TTM Stinks. And then we also see that we have Kocho and Rattatamen and the Venipede tribe that was newly formed in the previous tribal council, and this episode is between JJbizzle and JJgalz. So let's move on to the top 13 immunity challenge. Top 13 immunity challenge, ringleader. Castaways must swing a long pendulum through a frame around a statue. When the statue tips over, loses momentum, or the people fall off their perch, they are eliminated from the challenge. The last person with their statue still standing wins. So pretty intense, only one person out of these 13 can win. Let's see who manages to last to the very end and win their sole immunity necklace. And wow, it actually turns out that Haz, the guy that was on the Whirlipede Tribe debatably actually led to all their wins, at least from what I see here with him winning the outright immunity challenge. He is actually going to be getting the immunity necklace, guaranteed to not get voted out at the tribal council. So Haz, if you're watching, kick your feet back up. No need to be worrying. You're fine. And a guaranteed 1 in 11 chance to win this D1 edition of Survivor. So congratulations to him. Unfortunate for everyone else, but not really, I guess, unfortunate to everyone else, because another 3 people in the game have the option to give themselves immunity, or give alliance members in their alliance, I guess, immunity. Talking about alliances, we're actually going to move on to here with Coach Oak and Rattatamen. It was only a amount of time before Coach Oak decided to leave, and we see that it is now. Debatably, he should have actually left this a vote or two later, as this is a little bit sketchy. He doesn't have the immunity necklace on him, so he might be looking to be in a little bit of trouble. Who knows? But I guess we'll have to see, as we're going to go get the biggest tribal council yet, and actually the biggest tribal council that will ever be in the D1 edition of Survivor, and that is going to be a full 13 people. Up until this point, the maximum amount of people we've had is 10, but no, this is 13 people, and this is between Carlos, Carson, Coach Oak with an idol, Haz, who has the immunity necklace who can't be voted out, Jack, who has an idol, JJbizzle, JJgalz, Manlysoap, MX3, who has an idol, myself, Alan, Spoink, and TCMTL. One of these people are going to be voted out, and are going to end up being the first member of the jury. And that is also something that I forgot to clarify. Anyone from this point on voted out will make up the 10-member jury that will face down the final 3 people when it comes to the time, and they will put votes down, and they will decide who is going to win Survivor, I guess, the D1 edition. So with that being said, let's move on as we get a reminder that everyone has got the immunity idols. But if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they'd like to play it, now is the time to do so. No? Okay, well, I'll go read out the votes, and whoever is voted out unanimously will be asked to leave the tribal council immediately. So the first vote is Carson. Little baby Shaman is going to get the first vote. Maybe the people with the idols might actually regret not giving Carson immunity if he is on their alliance. But talking about regretting not giving them immunity, let's talk about MX3 receiving a vote, potentially choking and actually not giving himself immunity with his idol. Could be sent home with an idol in his pocket, you never know. But looks to be a better decision. And the third overall vote is to Carson, so that's 2 votes Carson, 1 vote MX3. And with the next vote we see that it is 3 votes Carson, 1 vote MX3. Not looking good for Carson. And it's not looking better, as he now has got 4 votes out of the 5. That is 80% of the votes currently are Carson, 1 vote MX3. But unfortunately, it's not going to be an entire steamroll like what happened in the last week's episode, with the 6th overall vote going to MX3. So yeah, it's rounding out a little bit. But with the 7th overall vote going to Carson, there's now 5 votes Carson, 2 votes MX3. You need 7 votes in this case to get someone out. That is the majority. That is over 50%. As we see that the next vote is going to go to MX3. That is 3 votes for MX3. And another vote is going to go to Carson. That is 6 votes to Carson. And MX3 probably wishing that he played his idol right now, as he does get 4 votes. That is 6 votes Carson, 4 votes MX3. But the 8th person voted out of Survivor DGBA D1 edition is Carson, the first member of our jury. So unfortunately, he received a 8 votes, which was more so the bar of the majority. So people exceeded the bar of the majority to get him out, and unfortunately Carson is going to be the first person going home. And MX3, who I thought was playing very risky, actually made a very smart move, preserving his idol, and now can play it for a rainy day, I guess. Let's go see who the votes are, because the 4 people that voted alongside MX3 are probably going to be on the bottom now of this tribe. As we see, Carlos voted for Carson. Carson obviously voted for MX3. Oak voted for Carson. Has voted for Carson. Jack surprisingly voted for MX3, so he's one of the people debatably on the bottom. JJbizzle voted for Carson. JJgalz voted for Carson. Manlysoap voted for Carson. MX3 voted for Carson. And we're actually going to see here that I voted for MX3, Rattatamen voted for MX3, Spoink voted for Carson, and TCMTL voted for MX3. So not a lot of trust going through in the Chatot Tribe, to be honest, as a lot of people, me, Alan, TCMTL, and Jack actually ended up voting for MX3. So I guess there isn't much Chatot love going around, but we are going to have a look now at the DGBA playoff contenders. The top 11 people are here. And yeah, it was a pretty insane episode here. MX3 potentially could have gone home with an idol in his pocket. And the final 12 are Carlos, Kocho, Kaz, Jack, JJbizzle, JJgalz, Manlysoap, MX3, myself, Rattatamen, Spoink, and TCMTL. Carson now being the first member of the jury. So that's going to be pretty insane, but the next episode is going to be even more insane, as with the top 12 immunity challenge, one person is going to get immunity through their necklace, and potentially a third of the entire cast is going to have immunity at the tribal council, as 3 people have got idols, and we're going to be seeing division in the Chatot Tribe. Can they recover? Who knows? I'm Parkzy, you guys have been awesome, make sure to stay tuned. Thank you for all the support, and peace.